Hello everyone, this is The Question and I am back with another haul video. This is my haul for the month of August. Another great amount of books here. As you can tell, we've got quite a stack, a bunch of stuff that I've really wanted to grab for a long time. A lot of series that I've completed. We've got a good mix of right stuff, you know, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, used places. Just a good mix of everything like you normally see in my videos. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with some of the smaller pickups and then end with right stuff, which I got the majority of stuff for this month. So starting off, we're going to go with Glacier Bay Books. This is a smaller publisher. Picked up a few things from them this month. So I got 2 books by this creator. I got Dream Another Dream and then Tonio, which is part of the same story here. This Dream Another Dream is a little thicker. As you can see, some really nice artwork. And these are fairly small, maybe smaller than greeting card size. One of my only issues with this pickup from Glacier Bay is that pretty much everything I got came in 2 separate padded envelopes, and there is some damage to a few of the volumes. As you can see here, this corner was kind of all bent up inside of it, down at the bottom also. And then also I picked up From This Flame, which is a short story collection. And this one, same thing. We got a bent corner. The corner's all bent up down there. And then there's a line here on the cover, which is kind of annoying for buying brand new from a more independent publisher. I, prefer better packaging. And then, but the main thing I got out of this order was, I think it's Glaiolia, Volume 3. So the first 2 volumes I've been interested in. This is kind of a short story compilation collection from a bunch of different independent manga creators. And Volume 1 and 2 have been out of print for a while. Hopefully they're talking about reprinting them. But I did get Volume 3, and this is a very thick, very large release. I'm looking forward to checking this out. Lots of different art styles. Looks like a very interesting book. And that was everything from Glacier Bay. I also picked up a release from Living the Line, and this is actually a publisher that I'd never heard of. It just came across either my Instagram or my Twitter, where someone had posted about this release. And this is from a creator that I've actually had 0 interest in. So I know Archangel Manga really likes this creator, but they're way heavily more art than story. I think it's almost completely dialogue free, almost all of the creator's works. But I felt like giving one a shot. So I did go ahead and grab their most recent release, which is Plaza here. And this is a giant oversized, it is a paperback. It's not a hardcover, but it is very large. And you can see, here's the back. And so I figured, even though this is not normally the type of work, I'm definitely more of I enjoy art obviously, but story is more for, I'm definitely more into the story of manga. And so having this one being almost all wordless is a little scary, but I figure I would give it a chance. And as we can see here, definitely some very unique artwork. Like I said, doesn't look like something that's normally my thing, but I felt like giving it a shot and, picking up this 1 volume and supporting this smaller publisher and seeing how it works out. So this is Plaza. And then I got 1 pickup from eBay this month, and I picked up Stargazing Dog. This was mentioned in Prof Otaku's last video, or video from last month that he had picked this up. And this was a book that I'd always wanted to grab, and I had completely missed out on it. So I grabbed it, for a halfway decent price. It is way out of print and can get pretty pricey, but I got it for a decent enough price. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. I know it's a sadder book, especially for people who have pets, but I'm still looking forward to reading it. And that was the only thing I got from eBay this month, so that's that. Okay, so next we have a small batch that I got from Alibris. I shop there occasionally, and this in the month of August, I thought, you know, a series that I've always wanted to collect and I've heard people talk a lot about is Cross Game by Mitsuru Adachi. And so I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and grab those 8 volumes that I know there is of the series. And of course, I go to grab them, and only 3 of these volumes are still in stock at a decent price. All the other volumes are either out of stock, maybe out of print, don't know, but going for double retail, triple retail. So this is going to be a harder series to get all 8 volumes of, but Alibris did have volumes 1 and 2 in stock, so I was able to get those. And this volume 1 is very big. As it says here, it contains volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the Japan releases. So I got volume 1 and volume 2. And I do recommend Alibris. They almost always, when I go to Alibris' site, they've got some sort of coupon codes up at the top. You know, it's like $5 off if you spend 40, you know, 10 if you spend 60 or whatever. Some sort of combination like that. So always wait to buy from Alibris when they're running one of those sales. And then I can't remember what the free shipping threshold is if you're buying straight from Alibris. They also have third-party vendors there, but if you're buying straight from Alibris, I think it's $40 or $50 get you free shipping. So I got the 1 and 2 of Cross Game. I also grabbed the 2 volumes of Perfect World that I didn't have. So I think from Reddit, I think I got the first 10 volumes, and so I grabbed volumes 11 and 12, which finishes out the series. And then also to fill my order, I grabbed volume 7 of Blue Period. I've been pre-ordering these, and I had this pre-ordered at one point on a Reddit order, and I think I canceled that order because I was repurchasing the individual items at a discount, and this one somehow got missed, so I didn't have this one ordered. So I grabbed 7. And then I also grabbed the 2 volumes of Yotsuba I was missing. So I was only missing 12 and 13. So I have both of those. And then I also grabbed Hello Melancholic Volume 2. And in the month of August, I actually purchased this twice for some reason. So I had this ordered from Right Stuff, completely forgot that I had this ordered from Right Stuff, and then also ordered it from Alibris. So even though I have spreadsheets detailing my orders and what I have, there's still mistakes that happen every once in a while, and so I have an extra copy of this. But now I have 1 and 2 of Hello Melancholic. And I think this is a shorter series. I think there's only going to be 3 volumes, maybe 4 volumes. And that was everything from Alibris this month. Okay, and this next pickup is actually from Facebook Marketplace. So I haven't used Facebook in years, like for actually what people use Facebook for, but I do check the Marketplace occasionally because I have found some deals for manga, and it's usually shipped. You know, I've only bought stuff where people are shipping it, but this was the first time that someone was selling something for a good price in my area. They actually were about 5 minutes from where I work. So I made him an offer, and I picked up 11 volumes of the series Inubaka, Crazy for Dogs. This is a series that was never completed in English. I normally don't go for those type of series because I like to get have everything in English. But this one was so cheap. I got these volumes for like $3 to $4 a piece. It was like $3.50 a piece for all 11 volumes, and they're all in pretty good shape. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I thought this was going to be like a cute series, like, you know, a cute like animal series, but it's rated T+, so I don't know, maybe it gets dark or something, I don't know, but it's got decent reviews on Goodreads, so I figured for, you know, $3 to $4 a volume, I'll definitely check it out. And of course, I think it went up to like either 16, 17 in English, but like I said, didn't complete. But yeah, so I still got some more to collect to get all of And that was everything from Facebook. Next we have a stack from Barnes & Noble. Almost all of this was online orders that came in from when I had pre-ordered months ago when they had a coupon, but some of these were in store also. So starting off, we have Blue Period Volume 8. We have Restart After Coming Back Home. This I had, when someone, I think Suki Notes had mentioned this in one of her videos, that this was a good series. And when I went to pick up this volume, it was out of stock and wasn't coming back in stock until August. So this came back in stock, so I have that. And then I have all the missing Banana Fish volumes that I don't have back ordered at Barnes & Noble, and they got 17 back in, so I have 17. I think I still have 4 or 5 on back order, and then that'll be complete. We have World End Solte, and this one, Profitaku sold me on this one. When he tells me to buy something, I buy it. So I went ahead and grabbed this. This is by the same creator of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer and Spirit Circle, 2 series that I have not read yet, but I went ahead and grabbed this volume. And then we have another Tezuka release. So we have Princess Knight. So there was also supposed to be another 1 or 2 Tezuka releases this month from DMP, and both of them got canceled. Like, they're just not coming out. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I have been looking forward to checking this one out. This is one that was very interesting to me when I wanted to start getting into Tezuka stuff. And now that I've read a bunch of his works, this is one that I've wanted to get. And this is a nice Kodansha release. We have Sensei's Pious Life, Volume 3. This was an in-store pickup. I just kind of saw it on the shelf. I've actually never heard anything about this book, and this is The Girl Without a Face. Just thought it looked interesting and grabbed it. If you've read this and like it, let me know. I just thought it looked weird. And then lastly, we have Tales of the Kingdom. This is by the same creator of Utsubora, White Rose and Bloom, some other works. I really like her art style. I haven't read a lot of her books, but I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. This is a really nice hardcover. It's got a dust jacket, and as you can see, some very nice artwork. Some really nice pages, page quality. So we got Tales of the Kingdom, and that was everything from Barnes & Noble. Next, we have everything I picked up from local used bookstores in my area. The main used bookstores in my area, we have Changing Hands Bookstore, we have Zia Records, which is a used kind of media store, music, books, video games, all kinds of cool stuff, and also Bookman's. And then I do have some half-price books around me too. Usually don't find much at those, but this is kind of a mix of everything I found in between all those stores that I went through this month. And I actually found quite a lot, so a lot more than I usually find. Usually I come back with some, but this was way more than usual. So first off, we have Wish. This is an all-in-one Wish Omnibus by Clamp. I obviously have heard of Clamp, know some of their works, but I don't actually own anything Clamp related. And this one was in nice shape and has a complete story all in this one volume. So I figured I'd grab it and give it a shot. They had Sandland, which is a one-shot volume by Akira Toriyama. Another creator that's obviously Dragon Ball Z, most well known for, but this is a kind of more rarer volume to find of his. Grab that. I grabbed 2 volumes of Rosehip Rose. So this is a series that I grabbed volumes 3 and 4 in a Right Stuff sale when they had them for $1 a piece, and so I was missing 1 and 2. So I grabbed those at a used store for cheap. So now I have all 4 volumes of Rosehip Rose. I do know that there is another series someone told me about that is part of this story, so I will need to get those before I can actually read all of it. And then I managed to grab a few more volumes of a series that I had half of, and that is Nodame Cantival. So I had volumes 1 through 9 or I actually had 1 through 9 and then 11, but my 11 was a library copy. And I actually found 10 through 14 at this place, all in great shape. So I swapped out my library copy of 11 and then got new copies of 10, 12, 13, 14. And this is a series I've wanted to complete. I know it's another one that's not complete in English, but I think they're on Kodansha's site where you can read them if I end up enjoying this. So there's 10, 11, 12, and some of these were actually still sealed. They still had their seal on them, so they were brand new. And 14. And then I grabbed volume or omnibus 1 here of Doubt. I know this is a series that is kind of, I think what I heard, it's like a death game type series, and there's multiple series that it goes through. But they had this random volume of Doubt Volume 1, so I picked it up. I don't know if I'll actually try to collect the rest of it, but grab that. And then we have Hana-chan and the Shape of the World. This is a book that I've seen around. Looks cute, don't know too much about it. It is all ages. Pick that up. And then speaking of death games, I found volume 2 of Tohio Game, and I had picked up volume 1 at a used place months ago. I know volume 3 is the really hard one to get. It's a 3-volume series, but I did find volume 2, so grab that. And then I also found Fruits Basket Collector's Edition 1. This is a series that I've seen a little bit of the anime a long time ago, but is a series I've wanted to collect, and so I've got volume 1 here. In my next month's haul in September, you'll see a lot more of this series, but for now, I was able to find volume 1. Okay, continuing on from used stores, we've got Daytime Shooting Star volume 4. I have a couple volumes of this series that I've just kind of randomly grabbed when I see them. Sometime I'll try to grab more. This series I had never heard of, but looked interesting, and that is Takasugi-san's Obento. And this is a digital manga publishing. I think this one wasn't completed in English either, but it looked like, like I said, I never see this anywhere. Slice of life, drama. So I figured I'd check it out. They had volumes 1 and 2. Then this is a very popular series that I've never checked out, but they had the first 2 volumes used. So I grabbed these. That is Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. So I got volumes 1 and 2. I have a short 2-volume series here of Monster Tamer Girl, so volume 1 and 2, another series. Hadn't heard too much about, but it's a short series. I love short series. And the same person must be sending these or trading these series out, because from the same used store, I keep finding these volumes that are in this kind of, that the person has put them in these plastic kind of covers to protect them, which is really neat. So we've got 1 and 2 of that. And then I also grabbed 4 volumes of The Delinquent Housewife. This one, I just really like the covers. It kind of gives me a vibe of the same creator as Princess Jellyfish. It gives me that same kind of color and art style. And this is a vertical release, so they had the first 4 volumes of this series. So I grabbed all 4 of those. Oh, it's actually completed. So the fourth volume is the final volume. So I have all 4 volumes of those. And then lastly from used places, a series that obviously very popular. I know people talk about the series all the time. Didn't look like something I was going to enjoy, but I had someone recommend it to me. And so when I saw a bunch of these volumes for like $6 a piece, I grabbed them. And that is Tokyo Ghoul. So I grabbed volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, 4, and these do have really nice covers, I gotta say that. Volume 5, and volume 7. So I had 1 through 5 and then 7, missing 6. So I'll definitely give this series a shot and see if I like it and I want to continue. But that was everything from local used stores. Next up, we have Amazon. I got a decent amount from Amazon this month. We have a stack of stuff from third-party sellers, so used stuff, and then a stack straight from Amazon, which is new books. So I'll start with the new books. We've got the hardcover of Saint Young Men Volume 6. I have volumes 1 through 5, have not started reading this series, but this one was on sale, I think 30-something% off. So I went ahead and grabbed that. We have the volume of Cross Game that Alibris didn't have, and that was volume 8. And so this is one of, like I said, 1, 2, and 8 were the only ones I could find in stock easily. Everything else is more expensive. And this is the final volume. So I grabbed 2 volumes of a series I've heard great things about. This is Donuts Under a Crescent Moon. They had volumes 2 and 3 in stock. And again, volume 1 out of stock, really not available. Like, I couldn't even find it marked up anywhere to buy. Like, it's just gone. Like, there's no, so obviously I'm sure it'll get reprinted, but I now have volumes 2 and 3 of the series, and I'm in no rush, so I'll get volume 1 eventually. And then next we have a series that the 2 main series by Tezuka that I assumed I would never have is Blackjack and Phoenix. Like, unless they reprint these, the series both go for an insane amount of money. But so I'd held off on getting even some of the cheaper volumes because I didn't want to even start spending money on them. But I found out that, especially Blackjack, that these volumes are kind of self-contained. So you don't really need to have read all of the volumes. And so I went ahead and grabbed the 3 volumes of Blackjack that were in stock and are still available. And so I got volumes 1, 2, and 3. And so these were just retail price volumes. These 3 are still pretty easily available. It's basically everything after this that is out of stock and unpurchasable. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed these 3. Glad to have these in my collection. Who knows if I'll ever get more? It depends on if they get reprinted. But hopefully, you know, someone re-releases these. So that was everything that was new. Next, we're on to the used stuff from third-party sellers. And if you bought from Amazon third-party, you know it's kind of a toss-up on the quality of what you're going to get, if something's going to be a library copy, if it's going to be in great condition. Thankfully, you know, you can pretty much return everything pretty easily if it's not how you liked. So I found a volume of a series that I've been wanting to grab, and so I've been picking up all of the volumes of Honda-kun, and a few of the volumes are really hard to find, this being one of them. And so I found a volume of a copy of one of the volumes for like $5 shipped. And so I went ahead and grabbed it, and of course the quality it came in was awful. It is a library copy in pretty rough shape, but for the price I can't complain. It usually goes for a lot more than that. It is an ex-library copy. It is in so rough shape that no amount of sticker removal is going to make this copy look any better. But I'm definitely going to keep it in my collection, and so that way I have something to read when I get the rest of the volumes. And you know, if I ever find a volume copy of it in better shape later on, then I'll swap them out. But I did get that for a cheap price. I got all 4 volumes of Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto. This is an out-of-print series, and I've heard some good things about it. You know, it's got kind of mixed reviews on Goodreads, but I've heard some good things about it. Comedy series, so it's a shorter one, so I figured I'd check that out. So we got volumes 1, volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4, which is the final volume. And then I also got the last 2 Hino horror books that I did not have in my collection. If you saw any of my previous haul videos in the last few months, I've been getting all of the Hino horror books, and I still had 2 that I was missing, and so I got those both for decent prices, and they are both in great condition. So we have Hino Horror 6, Black Cat. Looking forward to reading through this series. And then also volume 11, Gallery of Horrors. So like I said, now I have all the Hino Horror releases, and I didn't pay a crazy amount of money for these, which I'm happy about. Next up, we have a book called The Troublemakers by Baron Yoshimoto. I think this might be the only release of theirs in English. And yeah, this just looked interesting. Figured I'd check it out. It's adult, so I'm not gonna go through it. But I've heard really good things about this book, and it's in great shape and was less than retail, so glad to have that. Next we have Black Blizzard, and this is a very early release from the creator of A Drifting Life, and this is one that I haven't had in my collection. I looked at it when I got it in. It's very yellowed, as you can see here. But when I looked at a bunch of pictures of other people's books online, they were equally as yellowed. Obviously, this has the remainder mark, which is not going to be on a lot of books, but this yellowed paper seems to be like how it's supposed to be. So, but otherwise, you know, it's in decent condition. This was fairly cheap, so glad to have this one. I've been slowly collecting a bunch of Tatsumi's work. Next we have a Breakdown Press release. I've been getting a bunch of older Breakdown Press books, and so this is one that I've had on my wish list forever. Someone was finally selling one for cheap, and I grabbed a copy, and this is The Pits of Hell. Really interesting cover here. Really nice spine with this rainbow colors. And like it says here, finally published the horribly infamous, most ridiculous work in the history of manga. So that means I'm probably going to really enjoy this book. Really looking forward to checking this out. The Pits of Hell. And then I've continued to try to collect Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches. So I'd gotten a bunch of volumes, you know, maybe 12 or so that I had. And so this month I made it a priority to, you'll see a bunch that I got from Right Stuff, but the ones that are not readily available, I got from third-party marketplaces on Amazon. So we have volume 10, and these all came in pretty good shape. 10, 15, and 13. I was also supposed to get 16, which is a very hard to get one. And of course, it never shipped, and then I had to get it refunded. So that's unfortunate, but that's one of the harder ones to get. And then I also got volume 2 of Octopus Girl. So I already had volume 1 of this series. I think only 3 volumes were released in English, and this one I got for a fairly cheap price. It is in decent condition, a little bit better condition than my volume 1. Long out of print, Dark Horse series, horror series. But yeah, that was it from Amazon third parties. And lastly, we're going to move on to Right Stuff. So I've got this split into pre-orders, stuff that they sent me from the birthday sale, and then also stuff, or summer sale, and then also just some other back-ordered and other things I've ordered from them. So Right Stuff is still kind of randomly sending me pre-orders. I still have a bunch of pre-orders from June that they haven't shipped to me yet, and it is now September 1st. And I have not received some June pre-orders. So, you know, they're kind of hit or miss on when you're going to actually get your pre-orders, or when they're going to combine orders. But here are the pre-orders that I did get this month. So we have Cat Plus Gamer Volume 2. I did read Volume 1 of this. Great cute series, especially if you love cats and video games, which I do both. And so there's that. We have Komi Can't Communicate Volume 20. We have Hinamatsuri Volume 16. We have Blood on the Tracks Volume 10. Finally, they're starting to get these volumes out at a decent pace. This one's another fairly thick volume. We have Happy Kaneko's Killer Life Volume 5, and this is a color series. We have The Way of the House Husband Volume 8. I know it's been a very long time in between 7 and 8. I still have not started reading this series. Another series about to about to end. We got Dead Dead Demons, DD Destruction by Ennio Asano. This is volume 11. I think volume 12 is the final volume. Looking forward to reading this series. We have My Dress Up Darling, volume 6. We have The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting, volume 3. We have one of the best series on the market, A Man and His Cat, volume 6. Love this series. Can't say enough great things about it. Definitely pick this up. We have Shadow's House, volume 1. New series. We have Moriarty the Patriot, volume 8. We have Die Dark, volume 4. We have a new series that I've really been excited to check out, and that is Kowloon Generic Romance, volume 1. It's a really nice Yen Press book. We have Phantom of the Idol, volume 2. I did read volume 1 of this. It was okay. I wasn't super enthralled by it, but it's a shorter series, so I think I'll give it a chance and finish it out. We have Kirby Manga Mania volume 5. We have The Duke of Death and His Maid volume 2. I did read volume 1 and enjoyed it enough to continue. We have The Apothecary Diaries volume 5. And then I've got 2 Attack on Titan omnibus volumes. So we got 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17, 18. So slowly getting these. They're knocking these out at a pretty good pace. And so I have all of them. I've actually never read Attack on Titan. I've seen a couple episodes of the anime. Didn't really care for it, but I'm also not really big into anime. So looking forward to checking this out in manga form, seeing if it's something I'll enjoy. But that was it for pre-orders. Okay, so next up we have the birthday sale stuff. So some of the birthday sale stuff that was from the end of July got shipped to me this month. And so first off, we've got some volumes of Flying Witch. I'd gotten the first 4 volumes of this from used places, and so I grabbed the ones that I didn't have that were part of the sale. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think the series is still ongoing. We've got Emma Dreams of Stars. I actually can't remember if this was part of the birthday sale or it was just a random volume that I grabbed that was on a different sale, but I picked this up. And then I grabbed all 4 volumes of this series, which just looked bizarre, so I had to grab it. It's Little Miss P, and this is a 4-volume set. So I got volume 1, volume 2, which is the second day, volume 3, which is the third day, and the final volume, Little Miss P, the 4th day. Really unique artwork. It says parental advisory, so I'm not going to show you the insides, but looks like a interesting series. And then another series that I thought the artwork looked interesting. Probably not my usual type of pickup, but I went ahead and grabbed it because it was on part of the sale. If I don't care for it, I can always pass it along. We have Mob Psycho 100. And of course they didn't have all the volumes on the birthday sale. They were like missing a couple, which is very bizarre, but I got 1, 2, and there's some really nice covers. I know so there's some people that don't like this artwork. I actually really like this artwork, this art style. 4. Like, I know it's the same, I think it's the same creator as One Punch Man, but One Punch Man is drawn by someone else, and I much prefer this, how this art looks, than the art style of One Punch Man, which I know is not everyone's thoughts. And then we have 6. This is an awesome cover. I love this cover. And then volume 8. So they did not have 7, but I got 1 through 6 and then 8. And then we've got, they sent me The Fox and Little Tanuki. This, I think, this was part of the sale, but it also was a pre-order, like this just came out. So we have volume 5. We have volume 1 of Yuri Espoir. I don't know how to pronounce that. This just looked like a cute series. And then they had, I think, all of My Boy on sale, but I was only missing 2 volumes, so I got the 2 volumes of this series that I needed. We got volume 6 and volume 8, so I now can check out all of that series. And then lastly, they sent me the 3 volumes of Days of Love at Seagull Villa. So I got volume 1, 2, and 3. So that is a completed series, so I have all of that. So that's everything that came from the birthday sale. Okay, and then lastly for Right Stuff, I'm gonna go through some stuff that was just kind of randomly back-ordered stuff or just stuff I ordered that I was interested in. And so starting off, we're gonna go with How Do We Relationship. I grabbed a few volumes that they had in stock. We got volumes 3, 4, and 6. So I have, I think I only had volume 1 of this. So yes, so I'm looking forward to trying to get all of that. And then another series that I've slowly been finding at used places is Eyes, I think is how it's pronounced. And so I found volumes 1 through 5 at used places. I didn't even know this was like still in stock at Right Stuff, and Right Stuff actually still had a bunch of volumes of this in stock, and they were like $5.50 a piece. Which is pretty much the same price I've been finding them for used. So I went ahead and grabbed all the volumes they had in stock that I didn't have. So we have 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, and 14. So I think I'm now just missing 3 volumes and they'll have all of that. And then I also grabbed Sensei's Pious Life Volume 2. This one was another one where it was part of an order that I'd canceled, and so I had forgot to pre-order this. So I had volumes 1 and 3, but not 2. So I went ahead and grabbed volume 2. And then, like I mentioned in the Amazon discussion, I went ahead and ordered a bunch of Yamada-kun and the 7 Witches. So I grabbed everything Right Stuff had in stock that I didn't have. So we've got volume 11, volume 12, and then a bunch of these rest of them were all these 2-in-1s, which are pretty interesting. We have 17, 18. I really like their style of doing the 2-in-1s where it looks like they're both 2 individual covers instead of having a single cover. So when it's on the shelf, the spines look, they kind of match. That I thought was interesting. So we got 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, 26. And so when I decided to start grabbing this series, like, I thought this series was completed. I had no idea there was still, like, I saw pre-orders and there's another volume. Like, I had no idea that this series was still going. So I guess there's a 27th volume and maybe that's the final one. But I now have a decent amount. I think I'm missing 2 volumes now. And of course, those are the harder to find ones. So good luck. Hopefully I can grab those. And my last big pickup from Right Stuff is a series that has been out of print for a while now. Been selling for quite a lot. I've seen volumes going for hundreds of dollars, sets going for quite a lot of money, and it was still an option to order it from Right Stuff. So I put the whole set in there. It was all out of stock, and they reprinted this whole set. And so all in one go here, I got the entire set of Higurashi When They Cry. This is a series that I know almost nothing about, other than a bunch of people whose opinions I trust really love this series, have it listed as one of their favorite series, and so I went ahead and ordered it, not expecting that it was going to come back in stock. Who knew? But everything got reprinted, so I have all the volumes of the set. And this one was a little I actually had to ask someone how to figure out how this set goes, because as you can see here, the front says Abducted by Demons Arc 1, but as you can see here, Higurashi Series Volume 1, and then Abducted by Demons Arc 1, so they made it a little confusing, but thankfully there's this at the top, which kind of tells you how many volumes there are. So we have 1, we have Volume 2, and see how we go here. Now we're into a different arc. We're in the Cotton Drifting arc, but it is Volume 3, Volume 4, and these are all like varying thicknesses as far as the arcs go, which is another interesting one. Some of them are thin, some of them are thick. Volume 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all the covers up to that point have been like black. Now we're on to white. Volume 10, or sorry, Volume 11, Volume 12, Volume 13, Volume 14, Volume 15, 16, 17, 18, a lot of volumes. As you can see, this one's now they start getting really thick. We have Volume 19, Volume 20, Volume 21, Volume 22, Volume 23, Volume 24, 25, and 26. And then there also is a bonus volume, which is Demon Exposing Arc. And so I got that. So that is everything. So all 27 volumes. And if you ordered this set from Right Stuff, you know that there was an issue where instead of getting volume 15, you got 2 volumes of this Demon Exposing Arc, and that's what happened to me, and it happened to quite a bunch of people. And the reason why that happened is because a bunch of volumes of this Demon Exposing Arc that came from Right Stuff, over the UPC code there was a sticker here which had a separate UPC code, and that UPC code actually matched up to volume 15. So they, when they would scan UPCs, thought they were sending people volume 15 when they were sending them other copies of this Demon Exposing Arc. So they have been fixing that. I actually found volume 15 a few days after I had received these at a used place for like $5. So I just went ahead and it was in great shape. So I went ahead and kept that, and then just had them refund me for the volume 15 instead of, you know, I think they fixed it with a bunch of other people where they actually mailed them a volume 15. But I just had them refund me since I had it. But now I have this whole set, and I can actually read Higurashi When They Cry. Okay, so that was my August manga haul. That was everything I picked up in the month of August. As you can tell here on the table, quite a lot of stuff, a bunch of older stuff and newer stuff. Lots of books I'm really looking forward to reading. Blackjack is one I've always wanted to check out, and really glad I finally completed my Hino horror collection. So lots of great stuff here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this haul. And I'm trying to have more videos out in the month of September, so expect a reading log here shortly, and then also some other different types of videos other than hauls. Even though I really enjoy haul videos, I want to try to expand and do some other stuff. So I think the main one I have in mind is doing my favorite 20 manga series. So I'm going to do that. Will probably be a video that I will have come out sometime in September. But otherwise, thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts. But otherwise, everybody have a great September.